process of recovery. Now, as a person who currently enjoys life free of illegal substance use after decades of misuse, I can honestly say that my continuous road of recovery contains moments of simple joys and great satisfaction. Over the past 15 years of being illegal substance free, I've gained a heightened sense of consciousness and a deeper awareness of the world around me. I realized that illegal substances dulled my senses and reduced my awareness. To be more specific, the abuse of those substances diminished my ability to fully experience and understand what was happening around me, thus affecting the milestones and the achievements that would have potentially come my way. I often thought about how much further I might be in life if I had taken full advantage of the opportunities that were presented during those wasted years. Opportunities which slipped away because I was either unaware or uninterested in their potential. Now, early on in my recovery, those thoughts would frustrate me, even irritate me at times. But then I realized that I can't go back and undo what has happened, so I may as well navigate the path I'm on now, which, as it turns out, has its rewards. Now, what are some of the joys of being illegal substance free? In my book titled The Pressures of Addiction, Finding a Way Out, I share some of the challenges of being addicted to illegal substances. But more importantly, I share the journey I took towards finding a way out of addiction. While everyone who struggles with illegal substances may have their own unique experiences, which may differ from those I describe in my book, I'd wager that most would agree that they were just as awful. Now, it may have started out to be a joy, as it did for me, but towards the end, it was a nightmare. During my years of abuse, joy had to be manufactured, and it was contingent upon if I had enough drugs. One of the first moments of true joy for me was waking up on day 14 in a treatment center, feeling like I was finally on the road to recovery. Now, before my recovery, I couldn't even go 2 days without drugs. Though it was a small step, waking up after 2 weeks with no craving was invigorating to me. When I first entered this program, I told myself that I never wanted to use drugs again. But after those first 2 weeks, I knew that I would never use drugs again. Of course, there were challenges, some of which I talked about in the book. But each one I overcame became a building block for me. Those challenges or obstacles helped me to develop the methods that I used to overcome my addiction. Those methods became a foundation that I've steadily built upon to fight any abusive behavior. And today I share them with others who are struggling. It still brings me joy to view my life as someone who has the willingness to help others. I may have wasted years and missed out on the possibilities of a better life, but as someone who started out on a path of destruction and lived through it, I now have tremendous satisfaction in the work I'm doing with these recordings and the writings. Addiction is being supernaturally controlled or influenced by something natural. Now, why do I say that? During my years as an illegal substance abuser, My joy was dependent on my drug use. Again, it was manufactured joy. In my mind, I needed drugs just to simply exist. So if I was struggling to exist, there was no such thing as joy. Now, during this period, I lost or sold many things of value that should have brought me joy. I lost friendships, relationships, all because I could not maintain emotions like compassion or empathy. I could manufacture them, but I couldn't maintain them. Personal property, such as electronic devices and bicycles, things that should have provided some measure of joy, were quickly sold off as fast as I obtained them just to buy drugs. Drugs are a natural substance used by an evil spirit to supernaturally possess the abuser. This is something I've always believed. Life for me now is different because every day I wake up with a feeling of gratitude, and that brings me joy. Not manufactured joy, but genuine joy, and that feeling that comes from within. Every day, I try to immerse myself in activities that bring me joy, and at the very top of that list is the relief of not having to stress about using illegal drugs or the issues that come along with using them. Now, what I have accumulated since I began my recovery has more than tripled that which I had lost. My friendships and relationships are far more meaningful today because they're built on genuine connections, not disingenuous or superficial values. Now, for those who are watching and may be struggling or has recently struggled with illegal substance misuse, I want to add some caution here. And I'm doing so because though there may still be moments of discouragement, it is better to cope with them without the use of illegal substances. I have experienced discouragement and disappointments, but I also experienced a joy that can override them. I learned that the stress that accompanies illegal substance use amplifies these experiences, so it's better to address them without the use of illegal substances. Having basic experiences of joy opens us up to the possibility of experiencing more joyful moments in a world that has its share of misery. That basic joy is something illegal substance abusers rarely experience. Life is full of joyful moments. We just have to make healthy and wise choices on how to get as much joyfulness as possible. Overriding joy is the type of joy that can override the things that produce unhappiness in our lives. And with that heightened level of consciousness and awareness that I mentioned earlier, I'm better able to absorb life's miseries and live a life with overriding joy. Now, there's a flyer that I'm going to post at the end of this video with book purchasing information and information on how to contact me. If you know someone struggling with addiction, please share this video or my contact information. I will gladly do whatever it takes to help them. Start your own discussion. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.